Biggest breakthroughs in physics. The discovery of quark entanglement is by far one of the biggest scientific breakthroughs of 2024. It's a discovery so profound that it reshapes our understanding of the universe at its most fundamental level. Imagine two of the tiniest particles in existence, quarks, separated by unimaginable distances, yet somehow instantly connected. Change one and the other reacts. No delay, no signal, no physical connection. Einstein famously called this phenomenon spooky action at a distance. But in 2024, scientists achieved something extraordinary. They proved this eerie connection happens not just with light particles like photons or electrons, but with quarks, the very building blocks of matter itself. Quarks aren't just small, they're the restless Lego pieces of our universe, vibrating and jittering at unfathomable speeds. They form protons, neutrons, and everything we see around us. But unlike physical Lego blocks, quarks don't sit still. They exist in chaotic motion, bound together by the unimaginably powerful, strong force. Observing them is like trying to capture lightning in a bottle. And yet, in 2024, scientists at CERN's Large Hadron Collider managed to do exactly that. But why does this matter? Quantum entanglement has long been a cornerstone of modern physics, a phenomenon where two particles become so deeply connected that knowing one instantly reveals something about the other, no matter how far apart they are. Until now, we've only reliably observed this with photons or electrons, particles that are relatively easy to control in a lab. But quarks, they're heavy, chaotic, and exist for fleeting moments. Observing their entangled states felt nearly impossible, until now. In a high-energy collision at CERN, pairs of top quarks, the heaviest and most unstable quarks, were produced. These particles exist for mere fractions of a second before decaying into other particles. But in that brief moment, scientists detected something extraordinary. Their quantum states were entangled. Let's simplify this. Imagine two spinning coins tossed into the air. Normally, each coin lands heads or tails independently, but if those coins were quantum entangled, knowing the result of one flip would instantly reveal the result of the other, regardless of whether they were side by side or light years apart. This is precisely what scientists observed with quarks, two particles intertwined so deeply that measuring one instantly revealed information about the other. But here's where things get even stranger. Quarks don't exist in isolation. They're always part of larger systems like protons, neutrons, and atoms. Despite the chaos and complexity of these larger structures, the entangled state of the quarks remained intact. It's as if two synchronized dancers continued their perfect routine while being thrown through a tornado. So why should you care about entangled quarks? Because quantum entanglement isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a gateway to revolutionary technology, quantum computers, ultra-secure communication systems, and potentially even ways to transfer information instantly across vast distances all hinge on our understanding of entanglement. What's even more impressive is the precision required to observe this phenomenon. Detecting fragile entangled states in the chaotic aftermath of particle collisions is like finding two synchronized heartbeats in the middle of an earthquake. It's an unprecedented feat of measurement and analysis. But beyond the technology and the precision lies an even deeper question. What does this discovery say about the universe itself? If quarks, the most fundamental building blocks of matter, can share information instantaneously, are we looking at a universe where everything is subtly connected at some level? Could distance itself be an illusion, a trick played by our limited perception of reality? The discovery of entangled quarks isn't just a technical achievement, it's a philosophical one. It challenges our classical view of a universe made up of isolated particles interacting through simple cause and effect. Instead, it hints at a cosmos that operates more like a web of deep, invisible connections, where nothing exists in true isolation. And yet, for all the answers this discovery provides, it raises even more profound questions. Could we one day harness quark-level entanglement for unimaginable technologies? Does this mysterious connection play an unseen role in the formation of stars, the structure of atoms, or even the emergence of life itself? We don't have those answers yet, but one thing is clear. The discovery of quantum entanglement in quarks isn't just another headline in physics. It's a seismic shift in how we understand reality itself. It's a glimpse through a crack in the curtain, offering us a fleeting look at the universe's deepest secrets. So the next time you glance at your hand, a grain of sand, or the night sky, remember this. Somewhere, deep within the particles that make up everything, quarks are dancing, connected, entangled, and whispering secrets across the cosmos. This isn't just a scientific breakthrough. It's a reminder that reality is far stranger and far more beautiful than we ever imagined. Evidence of weakening dark energy. In 2024, scientists uncovered something extraordinary about dark energy, an invisible force that has shaped our universe for billions of years. This discovery isn't just a minor adjustment in our cosmic models. It's a potential rewrite of the universe's fate and our fundamental understanding of reality itself. To understand the weight of this discovery, let's start with the basics. About 25 years ago, astronomers made a groundbreaking realization. The universe isn't just expanding, it's accelerating. Picture marbles on an endlessly stretching rubber sheet. The force responsible for this acceleration was named dark energy, and it accounts for about 68% of the universe's total energy content. But here's the catch. Dark energy isn't something we can see, touch, or directly measure. It doesn't interact with light, matter, or anything familiar. Its existence was inferred through the behavior of galaxies billions of light years away. Fast forward to 2024. Astrophysicists using advanced telescopes and sky surveys began to notice subtle anomalies in the data. When mapping the motion and distribution of galaxies across vast stretches of time and space, they found that the rate of cosmic acceleration might not be perfectly constant. It's as if dark energy, once assumed to be an unchanging cosmic force, is starting to waver. At first glance, this might sound like a minor adjustment, a footnote in astrophysics, but in reality, it's a seismic shift. The standard model of cosmology, the mathematical blueprint we've relied on to understand the universe, assumes that dark energy is a constant force. If this force is changing, it means we've missed something fundamental about how the universe operates. So, what does this mean for the future of the cosmos? If dark energy remains constant, the universe will continue expanding forever, growing colder, darker, and emptier, a scenario often called the Big Freeze. But if dark energy is weakening, other futures become possible. The universe might slow its expansion and settle into a more stable state. Or, in a dramatic twist, gravity might regain dominance, pulling everything back together in a catastrophic event known as the Big Crunch, a mirror image of the Big Bang. But before rewriting the textbooks, scientists need absolute certainty. Measuring dark energy is like trying to detect the faint tug of a ghost on the largest structures of the cosmos. Researchers rely on tools like Type Ia supernovae, cosmic microwave background radiation, and the distribution of galaxies across the sky. In 2024, next-generation sky surveys, such as those conducted by the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, delivered data with unprecedented precision. While not definitive proof, the results were compelling. Dark energy might not be constant after all. This discovery raises deep and unsettling questions. What exactly is dark energy? Is it a static force? Or could it be a dynamic field, an invisible ocean of energy that ebbs and flows across cosmic time? Could it be pointing to entirely new laws of physics that transcend our current understanding? And if dark energy is changing, what does that mean for our universe's ultimate fate? These aren't just scientific questions, they're philosophical ones. They force us to confront the vastness of what we don't know. The weakening of dark energy hints at a universe that isn't static or predictable, but fluid, dynamic, and still capable of surprises. Right now, we're at the edge of a new frontier. The data is tantalizing, the questions are profound, and the implications are staggering. What happens next depends on what scientists uncover in the coming years. Whether dark energy continues to weaken, stabilizes, or behaves in some completely unforeseen way. But one thing is certain, this discovery isn't just a scientific milestone. It's a reminder of how much mystery still surrounds us. The universe isn't a finished story. It's a narrative still being written, and dark energy might just be the plot twist we didn't see coming. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, remember this. Every star, every galaxy, every cosmic void is part of a vast, interconnected tale. And somewhere in that story, dark energy is quietly rewriting the ending. First coherent picture of an atomic nucleus. The discovery made in 2024 is nothing short of revolutionary. Physicists have created the first coherent picture of an atomic nucleus. It's not just a technical milestone, it's a profound glimpse into the hidden architecture of reality itself, a revelation about the very fabric of matter. At the heart of every atom lies a nucleus, a dense cluster of protons and neutrons, bound together by the unimaginably powerful, strong nuclear force. For decades, scientists have tried to understand this chaotic, miniature universe. Textbooks show tidy diagrams of protons and neutrons arranged neatly, like billiard balls packed together. But in truth, the nucleus is a swirling storm of energy and particles in ceaseless motion, a dynamic chaos that defies our everyday intuition. For nearly a century, physicists relied on two dominant models to study the nucleus. The shell model envisioned nucleons, protons, and neutrons arranged in energy layers, similar to how electrons orbit an atomic nucleus. Meanwhile, the liquid drop model viewed nucleons as particles suspended in a vibrating, fluid-like state. Each model captured valuable pieces of the puzzle, but neither offered a complete picture. They were like two people describing an elephant, one focusing on its trunk, the other on its tail. In 2024, something changed. Scientists managed to merge these two competing models into a single unified framework. Using cutting-edge computational simulations and incredibly precise experimental data from particle accelerators, researchers created a coherent, dynamic image of the nucleus, one that captures both its structured stability and its chaotic fluidity. Think of it like photographing a tornado. A still image might show you the tornado's shape, but it would fail to capture the swirling winds that define its essence. Physicists in 2024 achieved the equivalent of capturing both the structure and the motion of the atomic nucleus in one breathtaking snapshot. They revealed not just where protons and neutrons are, but how they move, interact, and contribute to the nucleus's energy state. But why does this matter? Why should we care about understanding something so tiny that billions of nuclei could fit on the tip of a needle? First, this discovery has practical applications. With a clearer understanding of nuclear behavior, we could design safer and more efficient nuclear reactors. In medicine, treatments like proton beam therapy could be fine-tuned for unprecedented precision, improving outcomes for cancer patients. The applications extend into fields like materials science, where nuclear properties influence everything from semiconductors to advanced alloys. Beyond the practical benefits lies something even more profound. The atomic nucleus is the battleground of the universe's fundamental forces. The strong nuclear force binding protons and neutrons together, the electromagnetic force repelling positively charged protons, and the weak nuclear force driving radioactive decay. It's a tiny arena where the rules of reality are written, tested, and sometimes broken. By understanding the nucleus, we're peering into one of nature's most enigmatic theaters. And then there's the paradox of scale. Nuclei are unimaginably small, yet they contain nearly all of an atom's mass. This astonishing concentration of energy and matter speaks to something deeply counterintuitive about our universe, that vast power and profound complexity can be hidden within the tiniest spaces. It's a reminder that the universe isn't simply a collection of particles. It's a tapestry woven from relationships, patterns, and interactions. What's even more exciting is that this discovery may not be the end of the story. Instead, it feels like the beginning of a new chapter. Could the patterns observed in atomic nuclei also exist in extreme environments, like neutron stars, where matter is packed to near infinite density? Could this knowledge bring us closer to unlocking the mystery of dark matter, the invisible force that shapes galaxies and holds the universe together? In many ways, this achievement feels like humanity has finally put on the right pair of glasses. For the first time, we can see the atomic nucleus not as a blurry chaos of swirling particles, but as a dynamic, interconnected system governed by underlying order. And perhaps this is the greatest revelation of all, that even in the smallest corners of existence, in spaces so tiny they evade direct observation, there is an elegance, a structure, and a beauty that transcends scale. The creation of the first coherent picture of an atomic nucleus isn't just a technical victory. It's a profound reminder that the universe, no matter how chaotic it seems, is built upon a foundation of order. It tells us that even the smallest building blocks of reality hold secrets grand enough to reshape our understanding of everything. Discovery of SuperSolid. Imagine holding a material in your hands that feels as rigid and structured as a diamond, yet flows without resistance like liquid helium. It sounds like a contradiction, something pulled straight out of science fiction. But in 2024, physicists confirmed the existence of this mind-bending state of matter, a supersolid. This discovery isn't just another breakthrough, it's a glimpse into a reality where the ordinary rules of physics seem to dissolve, revealing a universe that operates on principles far stranger than we ever imagined. To understand why the supersolid is such a groundbreaking discovery, we need to unpack two key ideas: solids and superfluids. A solid is defined by its atomic structure. Its atoms are locked in place, arranged in an orderly repeating pattern, stable, rigid, predictable. A superfluid, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. It flows without resistance, slipping effortlessly through tiny cracks, climbing up walls, and even defying gravity. It's almost ghostly in its behavior. These two states seem fundamentally incompatible, like trying to freeze water and boil it at the same time. But at the microscopic scale of quantum mechanics, such contradictions aren't just possible, they're inevitable. In 2024, scientists managed to create and study a supersolid directly in a laboratory, using ultra-cold atoms cooled to just above absolute zero. At temperatures this extreme, the rules of classical physics break down. Particles stop acting like individual entities and instead behave as one cohesive quantum wave. But what happened next defies our expectations. The atoms settled into a crystalline grid, maintaining the rigid structure of a solid, but simultaneously they exhibited superfluid behavior, flowing effortlessly across the lattice with zero resistance. It's as if you had a block of ice that allowed water to flow freely through its structure without melting or disrupting its solid form. This paradox, this impossible coexistence, was no longer theoretical. It was observed, measured, real. At first glance, the supersolid might seem like an esoteric curiosity, a strange quantum trick with little relevance to everyday life. But discoveries like these often lead to technological revolutions. For one, supersolids challenge our understanding of phase transitions, the processes where matter shifts between solid, liquid, and gas states. Traditionally, we think of these transitions as clear steps, each with defined properties. But the supersolid shows us that nature doesn't always respect these clean divisions. It suggests a hidden fluidity in how matter behaves, a blending of properties we thought were mutually exclusive. From a practical standpoint, supersolids could one day revolutionize fields like precision measurement, quantum computing, and material science. Their unique combination of rigidity and zero resistance flow could enable ultra-sensitive sensors, allowing us to detect gravitational waves with greater accuracy or engineer materials with properties we've never seen before. But beyond potential applications, supersolids also tell us something far deeper about the universe itself. They reveal that the categories we use to understand reality, solid, liquid, gas, are merely approximations. They're convenient boxes we've created, but the universe refuses to be confined by them. This discovery isn't just about one exotic state of matter, it's about what it represents. It hints at the possibility of supersolids existing naturally in the universe. Could they form deep inside neutron stars, where matter is squeezed to unimaginable densities? Could they exist in the extreme gravitational landscapes of black holes? These are not just speculative questions. They're new frontiers waiting to be explored. At its core, the supersolid discovery underscores one undeniable truth. Quantum mechanics isn't just a set of abstract theories. It's the hidden blueprint of our universe. And every time we peel back a layer, we're confronted with something that feels impossibly strange, yet undeniably real. But there's another layer to this story, a paradox that extends beyond the lab. The more we understand about the supersolid, the more we realize how little we understand about the fabric of reality itself. Each breakthrough answers one question, but opens the door to 10 more. How do particles simultaneously exhibit order and fluidity? Are there deeper laws governing these behaviors that we've yet to uncover? And perhaps the most tantalizing question of all, what else is out there waiting to be discovered in the quantum shadows? The confirmation of the supersolid isn't just a scientific achievement, It's a reminder of how deeply mysterious our universe remains. It challenges our assumptions, rewrites our textbooks, and pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible. But more importantly, it gives us a glimpse into a world where paradoxes aren't problems. They're pathways to understanding. As physicists continue to study this bizarre state of matter, one thing is certain. The SuperSolid isn't just another milestone in physics. It's a key that could unlock entirely new ways of perceiving and interacting with the universe. And if there's one lesson we can take from this discovery, it's this. The universe is far stranger, far more beautiful, and far more interconnected than we ever dared to imagine. So, as we stand on the edge of this new scientific frontier, one thing feels clear. We're only just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible. Advancements in quantum computing. The discovery made in quantum computing this year stands as one of the most profound breakthroughs of 2024. It's not just a step forward in technology, it's a redefinition of what computation means, and perhaps a glimpse into the future of how we understand reality itself. Imagine a computer so powerful it could solve in minutes what today's fastest supercomputers couldn't crack in billions of years. A computer that doesn't operate with simple zeros and ones, but instead thrives in the murky realm of probabilities, existing in multiple states at once. This isn't the plot of a science fiction movie, it's the promise of quantum computing, and in 2024, we came closer than ever to unlocking that promise. At its core, quantum computing isn't just about speed, it's about rewriting the rules of problem solving. Traditional computers process data using bits, which can only represent a 0 or a 1 at any given moment. But quantum computers use qubits, which, thanks to a phenomenon called superposition, can represent 0, 1, or both simultaneously. Pair this with quantum entanglement, where qubits become intertwined regardless of distance, and you have a computational power that doesn't just scale linearly, but exponentially. However, building reliable quantum computers has always faced a massive hurdle. Qubits are incredibly fragile. Even the slightest disturbance, be it heat, light, or electromagnetic interference, can cause quantum decoherence, essentially scrambling the data. For decades, this fragility kept quantum computing in the realm of experimental labs and theoretical physics. But in 2024, scientists achieved groundbreaking progress in two critical areas: error correction and scalability. Error correction functions like an invisible safety net, ensuring that small disturbances don't derail entire computations. Meanwhile, scalability focuses on increasing the number of qubits without the entire system collapsing under its own instability. One breakthrough stood out above the rest. Google's quantum AI team unveiled their revolutionary quantum chip, nicknamed Willow. Willow isn't just another iteration of past designs, it's a paradigm shift. This chip successfully demonstrated computational supremacy on an unprecedented scale. It solved a problem in just 5 minutes that would take the world's fastest supercomputer 10 septillion years to crack. That's a 1, followed by 24 zeros. For all practical purposes, Willow didn't just perform a calculation, it bent time. But why does this matter to us? Why should we care about futuristic computers solving abstract mathematical puzzles? Because quantum computing isn't just about speed, it's about capability. It opens doors to problems that classical computers simply cannot solve, no matter how powerful they become. Take cryptography, for example. Modern encryption systems rely on the difficulty of factoring enormous prime numbers, a problem that classical computers would need millions of years to solve. A fully matured quantum computer, however, could crack those codes in seconds. But before this sounds too dystopian, quantum cryptography could also offer unbreakable encryption using the same quantum principles. The sword cuts both ways. In 2024, quantum computers also made strides in practical applications, particularly in pharmaceuticals and materials science. Researchers used quantum algorithms to simulate complex protein structures, paving the way for designing new drugs with unparalleled precision. Tasks that previously required decades of trial and error could now be compressed into mere months. Another milestone was reached in stabilizing quantum systems. New error correction protocols allowed qubits to maintain their delicate states for much longer durations. This stability is critical for running complex, multi-step calculations without the entire system succumbing to chaos. But perhaps the most mind-bending aspect of these advancements isn't technological, it's philosophical. As quantum systems grow in scale and sophistication, they are beginning to blur the lines between computation and physical reality. A quantum computer doesn't just simulate data, it becomes a microcosm where particles interact under the same bizarre and beautiful rules that govern our universe. Every calculation becomes a tiny window into an alternate reality. Still, we are in the early days of this revolution. Today's quantum computers are akin to the Wright brothers' first airplane, impressive, but fragile and limited in scope. Yet the breakthroughs of 2024 suggest that we are inching ever closer to the quantum equivalent of a space shuttle. The potential applications are staggering. Quantum computers could revolutionize artificial intelligence, allowing machines to learn and reason in ways that were previously unimaginable. They could simulate entire planetary ecosystems, predicting climate change scenarios with precision down to the square kilometer. They might even help us unravel the deepest mysteries of physics, revealing truths about the universe we've only dared to speculate about. Of course, the road ahead is filled with challenges. Scaling these systems to practical, everyday applications will require continued innovation and monumental engineering feats. But the trajectory is clear. The quantum future isn't a distant horizon anymore. It's right at our doorstep. This isn't just a story about technology. It's about humanity reaching into the quantum fabric of reality itself. And as we push further into this frontier, we may find that the most astonishing paradox isn't just how quantum computers function, but how they might fundamentally alter the way we see, interact with, and understand the universe. So the next time you hear about quantum computing, remember this. It's not just about faster processors or complex algorithms. It's about stepping into an entirely new way of thinking, one where the impossible starts to look inevitable. Biggest breakthroughs in neuroscience. AI-powered brain chip. In 2024, humanity took a decisive step toward merging mind and machine. The idea of controlling a computer, a smartphone, or even a robotic arm using nothing but your thoughts has long felt like something pulled from the pages of science fiction. But this year, advancements in AI-powered brain implants transform this vision into something tangible, something real. What was once limited to speculative fiction is now being demonstrated in research labs and clinical trials, opening doors to a future where technology isn't just in our hands, it's in our minds. Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, are at the heart of this transformation. For decades, scientists and engineers have been working to bridge the gap between neural activity and digital systems, creating a direct pathway for communication between the brain and external devices. Early versions of BCIs were invasive, complex, and often unreliable, requiring bulky equipment and yielding limited functionality. But recent breakthroughs have pushed the field into an era of precision, efficiency, and real-world applications. At the forefront of these developments is Precision Neuroscience, a company that raised $102 million in 2024 to advance its revolutionary brain implant, the Layer 7 cortical interface. This ultra-thin device is designed to sit delicately on the brain's surface, reading electrical signals with remarkable precision without causing damage to neural tissue. Its primary purpose is to empower individuals with severe paralysis, allowing them to interact with computers and digital devices purely through their thoughts. It's not just about convenience, it's about restoring independence and dignity to those who have lost it. Meanwhile, Neuralink, led by Elon Musk, has been making headlines with its FDA-approved human trials. By 2024, Neuralink's wireless brain implants were already enabling test subjects to control computer cursors and even robotic arms with astonishing accuracy. What sets Neuralink apart is its vision. While the initial goal is to treat debilitating neurological conditions, the long-term ambition extends into enhancing cognitive abilities, memory storage, and perhaps even enabling telepathic communication. It's a bold vision, one that feels both thrilling and slightly unsettling. In parallel, Synchron, an Australian biotech firm backed by tech giants like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, has integrated advanced AI systems akin to ChatGPT into their brain implants. The result? Users with severe motor disabilities can now form sentences and communicate in real time, bypassing traditional eye tracking or physical input devices. AI doesn't just interpret thoughts, it predicts language patterns, enhancing clarity and fluidity in communication. The combination of neural decoding and AI-driven predictions is reshaping how humans and technology interact at the most fundamental level. But as these technologies grow more advanced, they introduce a paradox. The more we refine our ability to decode human thoughts and intentions, the thinner the line becomes between what's human and what's machine. Where does human cognition end, and where does artificial intelligence begin? If an AI can predict and assist in forming our thoughts, are those thoughts still entirely our own? These are not just technological dilemmas, they're deeply philosophical ones. This rapid progress also raises critical ethical concerns. Neural data is arguably the most personal data we possess, insights into our desires, fears, and unfiltered thoughts. Who owns that data? How can it be protected from misuse or exploitation? Could governments or corporations use brain implants for surveillance, manipulation, or control? These are questions we must answer before brain implants become widespread. Additionally, the long-term effects of embedding devices in the brain remain uncertain. Will these implants cause unforeseen health issues decades down the line? Will they alter neural pathways in unpredictable ways? Despite these challenges, the potential benefits of AI-powered brain implants are undeniable. For individuals with paralysis, locked-in syndrome, or neurodegenerative disorders, these technologies represent hope for mobility, communication, and a renewed sense of agency. Beyond medical applications, BCIs could revolutionize education, productivity, and creativity. Imagine learning a new language simply by thinking about it, or solving complex problems in collaboration with an AI directly linked to your brain. Yet, with such power comes immense responsibility. The line between innovation and intrusion, enhancement and exploitation must be carefully maintained. Governments, tech companies, and society at large must collaborate to create ethical frameworks and robust safeguards. Without them, the same technology that offers liberation could become a tool for oppression. The advancements of 2024 are not just a scientific achievement, they're a cultural turning point. We are standing at the precipice of an era where the boundary between human and machine grows increasingly blurred. This fusion of biology and artificial intelligence has the potential to redefine what it means to be human. But whether this future becomes a utopia of enhanced potential or a dystopia of lost autonomy depends on the choices we make today. In the end, AI-powered brain implants aren't just about connecting minds to machines, they're about reimagining what's possible. And as we take these first steps into a world where thoughts can move mountains, one thing is clear: the future of technology isn't something we'll hold in our hands, it's something we'll carry in our minds. Mapping fruit fly brain. The human brain, with its billions of neurons and trillions of connections, has long been considered one of the most complex structures in the universe. But what if we could fully map a brain? Not a human brain, but something smaller, more manageable, yet still intricate enough to hold valuable secrets. Scientists have done exactly that by creating the first ever complete map of the brain of an adult fruit fly. This achievement might seem small on the surface, but it carries profound implications for our understanding of intelligence, disease, and even artificial intelligence. The brain of a fruit fly, or Drosophila melanogaster, is no larger than a poppy seed. Within this minuscule structure lie over 139,000 neurons and more than 50 million synaptic connections. Each of these tiny neurons communicates through electrical and chemical signals, forming a network responsible for memory, behavior, and decision-making. For decades, scientists have used fruit flies as model organisms in neuroscience due to their simplicity compared to mammalian brains and their surprisingly relatable neural architecture. Mapping such a brain isn't just about studying an insect, it's about solving a miniature version of a puzzle that could help us unlock the secrets of our own minds. Achieving this level of precision wasn't easy. Scientists employed cutting-edge electron microscopy to scan the brain, slicing it into thousands of layers, each thinner than a human hair. These slices were then imaged at nanometer resolution, capturing every detail of every neuron and synapse. But imaging alone wasn't enough. Powerful AI algorithms were deployed to stitch these slices together, piece by piece, forming a complete three-dimensional map of the brain. This process is akin to reconstructing an entire city from millions of microscopic photographs. identifying not just buildings and streets, but every single wire and pipeline running through them. The resulting map revealed fascinating insights. Scientists discovered intricate circuit patterns responsible for decision-making and memory formation. They observed redundancy in neural pathways where multiple networks could handle the same task, almost like backup systems ensuring reliability. Long-range connections between distant neurons shed light on how information travels efficiently across different regions of the brain. These findings offer a glimpse into the universal principles of neural architecture, principles that likely apply not just to flies, but to mammals, and ultimately, to us. The practical implications of this achievement extend far beyond entomology. Brain disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and epilepsy often arise from disrupted connections between neurons. By studying a fully mapped brain, scientists can better understand how these diseases develop and how we might treat them. In the realm of artificial intelligence, the fruit fly brain serves as a biological blueprint for neural networks. The algorithms powering modern AI systems are inspired by brain circuits, but until now, these were based on incomplete models. A fully mapped brain could guide the development of more efficient, intelligent algorithms, bringing AI closer to mimicking biological intelligence. Additionally, fruit flies are already widely used in drug development. With a complete connectome, researchers can now track, in unprecedented detail, how drugs affect specific neural circuits. This could accelerate the discovery of treatments for brain disorders and provide more accurate predictions of how these drugs might behave in human systems. But mapping the brain is just the beginning. Scientists now aim to move from static maps to dynamic models, to not just see the connections, but to understand how they function in real time. Future projects will target larger and more complex brains, starting with small mammals like mice and eventually scaling up to primates. Each step will require enormous leaps in computational power, imaging resolution, and data analysis capabilities. There's also a profound philosophical layer to this achievement. The fruit fly brain, despite its simplicity, raises questions about the nature of thought, memory, and consciousness. If intelligence can be distilled into a map of connections and circuits, where does that leave us? Could we one day replicate these systems artificially? Could we enhance our own brains with this knowledge? These are no longer questions for science fiction. They are becoming pressing considerations as neuroscience and technology converge. This map isn't just a scientific milestone. It's a bridge between biology, technology, and philosophy. It shows us that even the tiniest brain contains universes of complexity, and understanding these systems brings us one step closer to understanding ourselves. As scientists continue to refine their techniques and expand their maps, the potential applications stretch into medicine, AI, education, and even ethics. In the end, the fruit fly brain is not just an insect's nervous system. It's a microcosm of intelligence, a window into how life processes information and makes decisions. This achievement doesn't just belong to neuroscience. It belongs to humanity's collective pursuit of knowledge. The road ahead is long, but every neuron mapped, every connection understood, takes us closer to answering some of the deepest questions we've ever asked. Non-invasive brain stimulation. What if improving memory, reducing depression, or even helping stroke patients regain lost abilities didn't require surgery, medication, or months of rehabilitation? What if we could fine-tune the brain's electrical signals with pinpoint accuracy, all without a single incision? This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the rapidly advancing reality of non-invasive brain stimulation, a technology that's reshaping neuroscience and human health in ways we could only dream of a decade ago. At its core, the human brain is a complex network of billions of neurons communicating through tiny electrical signals. These signals control everything: your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, and even your ability to move. But when something disrupts this electrical harmony, whether it's due to depression, neurodegenerative diseases, or the aftermath of a stroke, the consequences can be life-changing. Non-invasive brain stimulation, or NEBS, aims to restore balance to this electrical orchestra without ever touching a scalpel. Non-invasive brain stimulation works by using external devices to send electrical or magnetic pulses through the skull to targeted brain regions. The two primary techniques making headlines today are transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, and transcranial direct current stimulation, TDCS. TMS uses magnetic fields to stimulate nerve cells in targeted brain regions. It's already FDA approved for treating depression and obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, and is being researched for other neurological conditions. On the other hand, TDCS uses low electrical currents delivered through electrodes on the scalp to subtly alter brain activity. It's being explored for applications in cognitive enhancement, stroke rehabilitation, and even memory improvement. These technologies are already changing lives, but recent breakthroughs in 2024 have taken them to a whole new level. This year, the precision, effectiveness, and scalability of non-invasive brain stimulation technologies have seen remarkable advancements. First, scientists are now using AI-powered algorithms to map brain networks in real time, allowing for hyper-accurate targeting of malfunctioning brain regions. This means treatments are more effective, with fewer side effects and less trial and error. Second, studies this year have shown that ultra-precise TMS can achieve remission in patients who previously didn't respond to any medications or therapy. For millions suffering from treatment-resistant depression, this isn't just progress, it's a lifeline. And third, clinical trials have demonstrated that targeting the hippocampus, a brain region critical for memory, can improve cognitive function in early-stage Alzheimer's patients. For a disease with few effective treatments, this is a game-changing breakthrough. The implications of these advancements go far beyond clinical labs. Non-invasive treatments can be administered in outpatient clinics and even, in some cases, at home. This drastically reduces costs, eliminates hospital stays, and makes treatments more widely available. Devices are becoming smaller, more portable, and more user-friendly. Imagine wearable brain stimulation headsets used in everyday environments for cognitive enhancement or mental health support. From improving focus and creativity in healthy individuals to aiding motor recovery in stroke survivors, the potential applications of these technologies are vast and growing. As we gain the power to fine-tune brain activity externally, we face profound ethical dilemmas. Should we use these technologies to enhance performance in healthy individuals? For example, to boost concentration during exams or optimize decision-making in high-pressure professions? Who gets to decide what constitutes an ethical application? And how do we prevent misuse, such as coercion or unintended side effects? These aren't just questions for scientists, they're questions for society, and they demand thoughtful answers as we move forward. Looking forward, researchers are exploring even more innovative uses for non-invasive brain stimulation. Techniques that combine AI and machine learning are being developed to predict and optimize outcomes for individual patients. There's also growing excitement around combining NI-BES with virtual reality environments for cognitive rehabilitation, creating immersive experiences that respond dynamically to brain activity. These technologies aren't just improving, they're becoming smarter, more adaptive, and more personalized with each passing year. Let's step away from the science for a moment and focus on real people. Take Sarah, a stroke survivor who lost mobility in her left hand. Traditional therapy brought little improvement, but after weeks of non-invasive brain stimulation combined with physical exercises, she regained movement, strength, and independence. Stories like Sarah's aren't anomalies. They're becoming more common as these treatments improve, and they highlight an essential truth. This isn't just about technology, it's about changing lives, restoring hope, and reimagining what's possible in brain health. Non-invasive brain stimulation represents one of the most exciting frontiers in neuroscience, a blend of technology, biology, and ethics that's reshaping our understanding of the brain. It's offering solutions to some of the most stubborn medical challenges, while opening doors to applications we're only beginning to imagine. But as with all powerful technologies, the question isn't just about what we can do, it's about how we choose to use it. Balancing innovation with responsibility will be crucial as we navigate this new era of brain health. What's clear is this: the brain isn't just a black box anymore. It's a frontier we're learning to explore, heal, and even enhance. And as we stand on the edge of this transformation, one thing is certain: the future of brain health isn't just bright, it's electric. Non-opiate pain therapies. For decades, the battle against pain has come with a heavy price. Powerful opioid medications, while effective, have left behind a devastating legacy: addiction, dependence, and lives lost to overdose. But in 2024, something changed. Scientists, doctors, and researchers achieved breakthroughs in non-opioid pain therapies that could redefine how we treat pain, offering relief without the looming shadow of addiction. The opioid crisis isn't just a statistic, it's a paradox. How can something designed to heal cause so much harm? Opioids have been a cornerstone of pain management for decades, helping patients recover from surgeries, manage chronic conditions, and endure the unbearable. But they come with a cost: addiction, tolerance, and often a diminishing return as the body adapts to their effects. This paradox has pushed researchers to look elsewhere, to seek safer ways to ease human suffering. In 2024, we saw the rise of several groundbreaking non-opioid therapies, each offering a different approach to how we understand and treat pain. One of the most exciting breakthroughs is a compound called FEM1689, developed by researchers at the University of Texas at Austin. Unlike opioids, FEM1689 doesn't interact with opioid receptors at all. Instead, it targets something called the Integrated Stress Response, or ISR, a cellular network that helps our body manage stress, injury, and disease. By modulating this response, FEM1689 reduces pain sensitivity and promotes healing at a cellular level, all without the addictive risks of traditional opioids. Then there's suzetrigine, a non-opioid analgesic developed by Vertex Pharmaceuticals. This drug targets specific pain signaling pathways in the nervous system. While its phase 2 trials delivered mixed results, it didn't significantly outperform placebos. It represents a critical step in refining non-opioid treatments. Research like this doesn't stop at one trial. Every failure adds to our knowledge, guiding the next breakthrough. Another promising candidate is SRP-001, developed at LSU Health New Orleans. This non-addictive, non-toxic painkiller successfully passed phase 1 clinical trials, demonstrating both safety and effectiveness. The FDA even granted it fast-track designation, a status reserved for therapies addressing urgent medical needs. SRP-001 isn't just another painkiller. It's a symbol of what's possible when science prioritizes both safety and efficacy. But human intuition and experimentation aren't the only players in this field anymore. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing drug discovery. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic and IBM are harnessing AI to scan massive datasets, uncover new compounds, and even repurpose existing drugs for pain relief. AI models are helping us predict how drugs will interact with human biology before they ever enter a clinical trial, saving time, money, and lives in the process. These therapies are more than just chemical compounds. They're a response to a fundamental problem: the paradox of pain perception. Pain isn't just physical, it's deeply tied to our psychology, our experiences, and even our social environments. Two people with the same injury might report vastly different levels of pain. This subjectivity makes pain one of the most challenging medical puzzles to solve. Non-opioid therapies aim to address this by targeting precise pain pathways, offering more personalized treatment options, and reducing the trial and error approach that defines much of pain management today. Yet despite these advancements, challenges remain. New therapies must pass rigorous clinical trials, demonstrating not only their effectiveness, but also their safety over long-term use. Healthcare systems must be prepared to integrate these new options, educating both doctors and patients about alternatives to opioids. And as with any medical innovation, accessibility and affordability will determine whether these breakthroughs can truly change lives on a global scale. But one thing is clear: the trajectory has shifted. Non-opioid therapies are no longer distant promises. They're here, and they're advancing rapidly. Each discovery brings us closer to a world where pain relief doesn't come with the risk of addiction, and where patients can heal without fear of dependency. The breakthroughs of 2024 remind us that science doesn't just solve problems, it redefines what's possible. The fight against pain isn't over, but for the first time in decades, we can see a path forward. A path where relief is precise, safe, and free from the devastating cycle of addiction. And that, in itself, is a breakthrough worth celebrating. Development of nanotech. The human brain is often described as the most complex structure in the known universe. And now, in 2024, scientists are getting closer than ever to unlocking its secrets, not with scalpels or microscopes, but with nanotechnology. These microscopic tools are revolutionizing the way we interact with the brain, paving the way for treatments of neurological disorders, mind-controlled devices, and even cognitive enhancements that once belonged purely in the realm of science fiction. Neural interfaces, also known as brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, have existed in some form for decades. Their goal is deceptively simple: to create a direct communication link between the brain and external devices. Early versions, however, came with significant limitations. They often relied on rigid materials that could damage brain tissue over time, and their invasive nature made long-term use impractical. Signals would degrade, inflammation would occur, and the technology would hit a wall. But nanotechnology has completely changed the rules of the game. By working at the molecular and atomic levels, scientists can now create neural interfaces that are not only incredibly precise, but also biocompatible, flexible, and capable of recording brain activity with unparalleled resolution. One of the most groundbreaking advancements has been the use of graphene-based implants. Graphene, a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal lattice, has properties that seem almost futuristic. It's lightweight, flexible, and an exceptional conductor of electricity. Researchers have developed graphene neural probes that can seamlessly integrate with the brain's surface, conforming to its delicate curves without causing damage or triggering immune responses. These implants offer long-term stability and can record and stimulate neural activity at an astonishing level of detail. Another key breakthrough is the development of flexible neural probes made from fluorinated elastomers. Unlike traditional rigid materials, these probes are soft and pliable, mimicking the natural texture of brain tissue. This reduces the risk of inflammation and scarring, allowing the probes to function effectively for extended periods. Scientists have already demonstrated that these devices can maintain high-quality neural recordings over time, opening doors for chronic brain interfacing. In parallel, transparent brain-computer interfaces have emerged as a powerful tool for neuroscience. These systems combine graphene electrodes with optical imaging technology, allowing scientists to both record electrical signals and visualize neural activity in real time. This dual capability provides a more holistic understanding of brain function, merging electrical and visual data into a single coherent picture. Yet, as these technologies edge closer to mainstream adoption, they bring with them a profound paradox. The deeper we integrate technology into the brain, the more we must confront ethical dilemmas about privacy, consent, and even the essence of free will. What happens when a machine can interpret, and perhaps influence, our thoughts with microscopic precision? How do we ensure these technologies aren't misused for surveillance or manipulation? These are questions we cannot afford to ignore as we venture into this uncharted territory. The applications of nanotechnology-based neural interfaces are vast and transformative. In medicine, they offer hope to patients suffering from conditions like paralysis, epilepsy, or neurodegenerative diseases. By creating seamless communication pathways between the brain and external devices, these interfaces could restore lost motor functions, suppress seizures, and even slow cognitive decline. Beyond medical applications, the potential for cognitive enhancement looms large. Could neural interfaces one day boost memory, accelerate learning, or even allow humans to directly download knowledge? And in the realm of human-computer interaction, the technology promises a future where we control devices, not with keyboards or touchscreens, but with pure thought. However, the road ahead is not without obstacles. Long-term stability remains a key challenge. Ensuring these devices function reliably over years, or even decades, without signal degradation or adverse effects on brain tissue is critical. Regulatory approval is another significant hurdle, requiring rigorous testing and compliance with safety standards before these technologies can reach the broader public. And of course, the ethical concerns surrounding brain interfaces must be addressed proactively, with clear frameworks in place to protect individual privacy and prevent misuse. Despite these challenges, the convergence of nanotechnology and neural interfaces represents one of the most exciting frontiers in science and medicine. The ability to interface directly with the brain at such a fine scale isn't just a technological milestone, it's a philosophical one. It forces us to rethink the boundaries between humans and machines, between thought and action, and between biology and technology. We are standing at the edge of a profound transformation. Neural interfaces powered by nanotechnology aren't just tools. They're a bridge into a future where the human mind and technology are no longer separate entities, but seamlessly integrated systems. The question now isn't if these advancements will change our world. It's how we'll guide them to ensure they serve humanity's best interests. And as we look ahead, one thing is certain. The brain, once a black box of mystery, is now becoming an open book, 1 nanometer at a time. Biggest breakthroughs in biology. Discovery of the common ancestor. Imagine tracing every living creature, every human, animal, plant and microbe back to a single ancestor, not just metaphorically but scientifically. In 2024, scientists achieved something astonishing. They unveiled the most detailed portrait of Luca, the last universal common ancestor. This isn't just a discovery, it's a profound insight into the origins of every living thing on Earth. Luca isn't the very first life form, but it represents the most recent ancestor shared by all current life. Picture it as the ultimate starting branch in the sprawling tree of life. Scientists now estimate Luca existed around 4.2 billion years ago, a time when Earth was still a young, volatile planet, bombarded by meteors and bathed in scorching heat and radiation. For decades, many believed such an environment was too hostile for life to take hold, but this discovery challenges those assumptions. What's truly surprising isn't just Luca's existence, but its complexity. For a long time, Luca was imagined as a primitive, almost rudimentary organism, something barely more sophisticated than a bundle of molecules. But new research paints a different picture. Luca's genome was far from simple. It contained over 2,600 functional proteins, suggesting it was already a highly adaptable and resourceful organism. This level of complexity hints that life didn't just stumble onto Earth's early stage, it flourished, and it did so remarkably quickly. So, where did Luca thrive? Scientists believe its home was likely in hydrogen-rich environments, perhaps deep-sea hydrothermal vents or shallow pools just below the water's surface. These environments provided the chemical energy needed for life to persist and evolve. But Luca wasn't just surviving, it was adapting. Evidence suggests it had mechanisms to repair cellular damage caused by ultraviolet radiation, which implies it lived close enough to the surface to interact with sunlight. This paints Luca not as a fragile spark of life, but as a robust pioneer in an unforgiving world. But why does this discovery matter? Because understanding Luca is about more than looking backward. It's about reshaping how we understand evolution itself. Luca's complexity challenges the timeline of life's development. It suggests that advanced biological systems emerged far earlier than we ever imagined. This insight isn't just important for Earth's history, it's a clue about life beyond Earth. If Luca could thrive in extreme hydrogen-rich environments, why not elsewhere? Planets or moons with similar conditions, like Europa or Enceladus, could potentially harbour their own versions of Luca. This discovery doesn't just tell us where we came from, it broadens the scope of where life might exist in the cosmos. But beyond the scientific implications, there's something deeply poetic about Luca. It's a reminder that every tree, every insect, every human shares a distant connection. At a molecular level, the genetic code that allowed Luca to survive is still whispering through our DNA today. We are all part of the same ancient story, written in proteins, passed down through billions of years of evolution. The discovery of Luca also forces us to reconsider the resilience of life. If something as fragile and complex as an early organism could survive and adapt in the chaotic conditions of ancient Earth, it speaks to life's incredible tenacity. Life doesn't just endure, it innovates. Yet, this isn't the final word on Luca. Each breakthrough brings new questions. How exactly did Luca's genetic complexity arise so early? What evolutionary pressures shaped its adaptability? And most tantalizingly, what came before Luca? This discovery isn't just about filling in gaps in Earth's history. It's about unveiling a universal truth, that life, in its earliest forms, was bold, resourceful, and unimaginably resilient. So the next time you see a tree swaying in the wind, hear a bird sing, or even look at your reflection in the mirror, remember this. Somewhere, deep in the tangled roots of our shared history, there was Luca, a microscopic pioneer that set the stage for everything we know, everything we are, and everything life has yet to become. Development of nanorobots for cancer therapy. Picture an army of microscopic robots, each thousands of times smaller than a human hair, navigating your bloodstream with surgical precision. Their mission? To hunt down and destroy cancer cells without harming a single healthy tissue. This isn't a scene from a futuristic sci-fi movie. It's one of the most exciting scientific breakthroughs of 2024. Nanorobots in targeted cancer therapy are not just an idea anymore, they are becoming a reality. For decades, traditional cancer treatments like chemotherapy and radiation have been double-edged swords. While they effectively attack cancer cells, they also damage healthy tissues, causing severe side effects and leaving patients weak and vulnerable. But nanorobots promise to change this narrative entirely. They offer a revolutionary way to treat cancer by operating at the molecular level and targeting tumors with unparalleled accuracy. In 2024, researchers at Karolinska Institutet in Sweden made a groundbreaking advancement. They developed nanorobots equipped with concealed molecular weapons that remain completely inert in healthy tissues, but activate exclusively in the acidic microenvironment of tumors. This breakthrough minimizes collateral damage, reduces side effects, and significantly improves patient outcomes. Another promising development came in the form of microrobots inspired by algae. These bioengineered robots were designed to deliver chemotherapy drugs directly to lung tumors in mouse models. The results were extraordinary. This method increased survival rates by 40%. This biological inspiration not only enhances precision, but also allows these microrobots to move more naturally within the body. At their core, nanorobots are versatile tools, designed with multiple mechanisms to combat cancer. They can identify cancer cells by recognizing specific markers on their surface. Once locked onto their target, they deliver drugs directly to the tumor, ensuring a high concentration of the therapeutic agent where it's needed most, while leaving healthy tissues untouched. Some nanorobots are engineered to transport genetic material. These tiny agents can silence cancer-promoting genes or activate tumor-suppressing ones, attacking the disease at its genetic roots. Beyond chemical approaches, certain nanorobots can generate localized heat or mechanical forces to physically destroy cancer cells, offering an alternative strategy for treatment. These methods aren't just theoretical, they've shown real promise in laboratory and preclinical trials. The precision and adaptability of nanorobots could redefine how we approach not only cancer, but also other complex diseases. But like every emerging technology, nanorobots come with significant challenges. Ensuring that these microscopic machines do not trigger adverse immune responses is crucial for their safe application in humans. Guiding nanorobots accurately to their targets in the vast and dynamic environment of the human body remains one of the most significant engineering hurdles. Producing nanorobots at scale, while maintaining precision and functionality, is a logistical and technical challenge that scientists are still grappling with. These challenges aren't insurmountable, but they highlight the complexity of turning nanorobotic therapy from a research marvel into a clinical reality. Interestingly, the advent of nanorobots presents a philosophical challenge: the paradox of precision. The more precise and autonomous these machines become, the more complex their behavior becomes to predict and control. As we move closer to deploying microscopic agents inside our bodies, we're forced to confront questions about safety, accountability, and long-term impacts that no other medical technology has raised before. Despite these hurdles, the future of nanorobotic therapy looks incredibly promising. Researchers are exploring designs that allow nanorobots to perform multiple tasks simultaneously, such as delivering drugs, capturing real-time imaging, and monitoring therapeutic responses, all in one system. Imagine nanorobots tailored to your unique genetic and molecular profile, capable of delivering highly customized treatments designed specifically for your body's needs. These advancements push the boundaries of medicine, combining biology, physics, and engineering into a new frontier of healthcare. With every breakthrough, the line between science fiction and reality continues to blur. At its core, the development of nanorobots represents more than just a medical breakthrough. It's a shift in how we view and interact with the microscopic world within us. It's about transforming cancer treatment from a blunt instrument into a precise, intelligent intervention. And it's a testament to human ingenuity, proving that even the most formidable challenges can be overcome with relentless curiosity and innovation. The journey of nanorobots is far from over, but one thing is clear: these microscopic marvels are not just tools. They're symbols of a future where diseases like cancer are no longer fought with broad strokes, but with microscopic precision. As research progresses, nanorobots might just become the tiny heroes in humanity's ongoing battle against cancer. Great progress in gene editing. In 2024, humanity took a monumental step forward in rewriting the very code of life. With advancements in gene editing technologies, we are now closer than ever to curing genetic disorders, improving global food security, and tackling environmental challenges with a precision that was once the stuff of science fiction. This year marked a turning point where the line between imagination and reality blurred, and the potential of gene editing began to unfold in ways we could barely have predicted. At the forefront of these breakthroughs is Casgevy, the world's first CRISPR-based gene therapy. Approved in late 2023, this revolutionary treatment targets two severe blood disorders, sickle cell disease, SCD, and transfusion-dependent beta thalassemia, TDT. These diseases have long plagued millions worldwide, causing chronic pain, organ damage, and drastically reduced quality of life. Casgevy works by editing the patient's blood-forming stem cells, reactivating the production of fetal hemoglobin, a powerful oxygen-carrying molecule. Clinical trials have shown extraordinary results, with 93.5% of SCD patients experiencing no pain crises for at least a year after treatment. This isn't just a medical advancement, it's a lifeline for those who have lived with the constant shadow of debilitating illness. But the impact of gene editing in 2024 isn't limited to healthcare. In agriculture, CRISPR technology has achieved results that were previously thought impossible. Researchers in China successfully modified the genes responsible for sugar production in tomatoes. The result? Sweeter tomatoes with 30% higher glucose and fructose levels, all without compromising their size, a problem that has long plagued commercial tomato farming. This isn't just about tastier salads. It's about smarter agriculture, increased yields, and crops tailored to thrive in challenging conditions. One of the most fascinating trends emerging this year is the fusion of artificial intelligence with gene editing technologies. AI algorithms are now being used to predict the effectiveness of single-guide RNAs, sgRNAs, a crucial component in CRISPR's precision targeting. By analyzing enormous datasets, AI can optimize the design of gene edits, reducing errors and significantly increasing efficiency. This partnership between biotechnology and machine learning is accelerating discoveries, making previously time-consuming processes faster, smarter, and more reliable. Adding to the arsenal of gene editing tools is an entirely new approach developed by scientists at California's Arc Institute. Known as the bridge RNA method, this technique enables precise rearrangement of DNA without the need for cutting and repairing genetic material. Think of it as a molecular word processor for the genome, allowing scientists to rewrite specific sequences without the unintended consequences that sometimes arise with traditional CRISPR methods. This method holds enormous promise for treating diseases rooted in genetic mutations, while minimizing the risks of off-target effects. Yet with great power comes great responsibility. The ability to edit genes with such precision raises complex ethical questions. Where should we draw the line? Should we use these technologies only for disease prevention, or should we allow enhancements to human traits? Who gets access to these treatments, and who gets left behind? These are not abstract concerns. They are pressing issues that will shape policy, regulation, and public trust in gene editing technologies. But one thing is clear: the potential benefits of gene editing far outweigh the risks if handled responsibly. With diseases like sickle cell anemia and beta thalassemia no longer a lifelong sentence, with crops engineered to resist pests and grow in harsh climates, and with AI helping refine our understanding of genetic interactions, the horizon looks brighter than ever. The advancements of 2024 are not just technical achievements. They represent a philosophical shift in how we view life itself. Our DNA, the blueprint of who we are, is no longer an untouchable script. It's editable, adaptable, and improvable. This newfound power brings with it both promise and peril, but it also brings hope. Hope for those battling incurable diseases. Hope for a world struggling with food scarcity, and hope for a future where the potential locked within our genes can be realized for the betterment of all. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, one thing is certain: the story of gene editing is far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning, and how we choose to wield this power will define not just the next decade of science, but the future of humanity itself. Advancement in Alzheimer treatment. Imagine if a tiny tweak in your DNA could shield your brain from one of the most devastating diseases of our time. In 2024, scientists uncovered something extraordinary, a rare genetic variant that significantly reduces the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. This isn't just another chapter in medical research. It's a potential turning point in how we understand and combat one of humanity's most feared illnesses. For decades, Alzheimer's has remained a relentless mystery, a progressive brain disorder that gradually erases memory, personality, and identity. At the core of this disease lies the buildup of toxic proteins, primarily amyloid beta plaques and tau tangles, which disrupt brain function and communication. While scientists have long known about genetic risk factors, such as the APOE4 gene, finding a genetic factor that actively reduces risk has always seemed out of reach. Until now, researchers analyzing extensive genetic datasets made a puzzling observation. Some individuals, despite carrying high-risk genes, showed remarkable resistance to Alzheimer's. Their brains, even in old age, displayed minimal damage from toxic protein buildup. Digging deeper, scientists discovered the key to their resilience, a rare mutation in a gene called fibronectin-1, or FN1. Fibronectin is a protein responsible for maintaining cell structure, aiding in wound healing, and fortifying the blood-brain barrier, a protective shield that keeps harmful substances from infiltrating the brain. The newly identified FN1 variant seems to supercharge this protein's ability to clear out toxic waste, particularly amyloid beta. Think of it as having an ultra-efficient janitorial team inside your brain, constantly scrubbing away the molecular clutter that leads to Alzheimer's. To validate their findings, scientists conducted advanced simulations and experiments using lab-grown brain cells and animal models. In zebrafish, small but surprisingly similar to humans in brain biology, reducing fibronectin levels led to increased amyloid buildup and neuronal damage. Conversely, enhancing fibronectin activity significantly improved protein clearance and protected the brain from damage. The evidence was clear. This genetic variant wasn't just a statistical anomaly, it was a biological shield. What's even more astonishing is how rare this mutation is. Less than 3% of people at high risk for Alzheimer's carry this protective variant. Yet, its effects are profound. Individuals with the FN1 mutation have up to a 70% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's, even if they carry other high-risk genes like APOE4. It's as if this tiny tweak in their DNA overrides the odds stacked against them. But this discovery isn't just about understanding how a rare genetic anomaly protects a select few. It's about learning how to replicate its effects for everyone else. Scientists are now exploring whether drugs can be designed to mimic the FN1 variant's supercharged behavior. Could CRISPR, the gene editing technology, one day introduce this protective mutation into at-risk individuals? Could we artificially boost fibronectin activity to fortify the brain against Alzheimer's? These are no longer far-fetched ideas. They are tangible possibilities on the horizon. This breakthrough also carries a profound emotional weight. Alzheimer's isn't just a disease that steals memories. It steals time, connection, and dignity. It's a condition that leaves families watching their loved ones fade away, unable to stop the inevitable. This genetic discovery isn't just about science. It's about hope. It's about the possibility of a future where Alzheimer's is no longer a slow, inevitable decline, but a preventable condition. Yet this journey is far from over. Understanding the FN1 variant's full mechanism, developing safe therapies, and navigating ethical considerations are challenges scientists must still address. Clinical trials will play a critical role in determining whether this discovery can truly translate into life-changing treatments. At its core, this breakthrough highlights a striking paradox. Sometimes, the answer to humanity's most complex challenges lies in the smallest details. A single variation in a gene, a microscopic shift in our DNA, holding the potential to reshape our future. This discovery isn't just a milestone in Alzheimer's research, it's a glimpse into a new era of medicine, where prevention could outpace cure, and where the most devastating diseases might one day be stopped before they begin. It reminds us that within every cell, every strand of DNA, there are untold secrets, each one a key to a healthier, longer life. As scientists continue to unlock these genetic mysteries, one thing becomes clear. The future of medicine isn't just about treating diseases after they appear, it's about preventing them entirely. And maybe, just maybe, Alzheimer's will become not a feared inevitability, but a memory of a problem we once solved. Successful pig-to-human kidney transplant. This year, humanity took a monumental step towards solving one of the most persistent crises in modern medicine, the global shortage of transplantable organs. For decades, thousands of patients have been trapped in limbo, their lives dependent on the unpredictable availability of a matching donor organ. But this year, science brought us closer to a future where no one dies waiting for an organ, thanks to a groundbreaking medical achievement: successful pig-to-human kidney transplants. In November 2024, a 53-year-old grandmother from Alabama named Tawana Looney became the third person to receive a kidney from a genetically engineered pig. After 8 exhausting years of dialysis and uncertainty, her surgery was performed at NYU Langone Health in New York City. Astonishingly, just 11 days after the operation, Looney was discharged from the hospital, reporting renewed energy and a quality of life she hadn't felt in years. Her recovery wasn't just a personal triumph. It was a beacon of hope for thousands of patients around the world, still waiting for a similar miracle. At the core of this achievement lies xenotransplantation, the process of transplanting organs or tissues between different species. Historically, xenotransplantation faced immense challenges. The human immune system is incredibly adept at identifying and rejecting anything foreign, and animal organs, despite their biological similarities, have always triggered violent immune responses. But the advent of advanced genetic engineering has fundamentally changed the game. Scientists can now modify the DNA of pigs to make their organs far more compatible with the human body. The kidney that saved Looney's life underwent 10 precise genetic modifications. These tweaks weren't minor. They were engineered to prevent immune rejection, regulate organ growth, and minimize complications. Scientists removed pig genes that typically trigger immune attacks in humans and added human genes to improve compatibility. The organ was sourced from Revivicor, a leading biotech company specializing in producing genetically modified pigs for medical purposes. What makes Looney's case even more significant is her health status at the time of the surgery. Unlike previous recipients, she wasn't critically ill. This allowed researchers to observe the transplant's success under relatively stable conditions, generating invaluable data for future trials. The procedure was performed under the FDA's Compassionate Use Program, which grants access to experimental treatments for patients with life-threatening conditions when no standard alternatives are available. But beyond one woman's successful recovery, this achievement represents something far bigger: a scalable, sustainable solution to the organ shortage crisis. In the United States alone, over 100,000 people are currently on the transplant waiting list, and the vast majority of them, over 80%, need kidneys. Every day, 17 people in the US die while waiting for an organ. The ability to use genetically engineered pig kidneys could revolutionize this landscape, drastically shortening wait times and offering second chances to countless patients. Yet, like all groundbreaking medical advancements, xenotransplantation comes with its own set of challenges. Scientists are still studying the long-term viability of pig organs in human bodies. There are lingering concerns about cross-species infections, unpredictable immune responses, and even the psychological impact on recipients of animal organs. Additionally, the ethical implications of using animals for organ harvesting remain a deeply divisive topic, raising questions about animal welfare and the moral boundaries of biotechnology. Despite these complexities, one thing is undeniable: pig-to-human kidney transplants represent a watershed moment in medical science. This breakthrough doesn't just demonstrate our ability to manipulate biology at an unprecedented level. It exemplifies the power of innovation, collaboration, and human resilience. The work is far from over, but with each successful transplant, we edge closer to a world where organ shortages are no longer a death sentence. In the grander narrative of human progress, 2024 will be remembered as the year we dared to bridge the gap between species to save lives. It's a story of science pushing the boundaries of what's possible of hope emerging from the most unlikely of places, and of a future where no one has to wait in fear for an organ that may never come. As research continues, one thing is certain: the era of xenotransplantation has begun, and its potential is nothing short of life-changing. Biggest breakthroughs in computer science. Google's breakthrough with Willow chip. In the race to unlock the future of computing, one breakthrough stands out. A chip so powerful it challenges the limits of what we thought machines could achieve. Google's latest quantum processor, Willow, isn't just a technological advancement. It's a glimpse into a new era of problem-solving where the boundaries between impossible and achievable are redrawn. At the core of this leap lies a staggering promise: the ability to solve problems in minutes that would take the world's fastest supercomputers billions of years, longer than the age of the universe itself. But to truly appreciate the significance of Willow, we need to understand the profound difference between classical and quantum computing. Traditional computers, no matter how advanced, rely on bits, basic units of data represented as either a 0 or a 1. Every calculation, every function, every piece of software operates within this binary framework. Quantum computers, on the other hand, use qubits, a revolutionary concept that allows these units to exist as both 0 and 1 simultaneously, thanks to quantum phenomena like superposition and entanglement. In simple terms, a quantum computer can process countless outcomes at once, offering exponential computational power for specific types of problems. But here's where Willow changes the game. Announced in December 2024, this 105-qubit quantum processor has shattered previous benchmarks, achieving two critical milestones that have brought us closer to practical, large-scale quantum computing. First, it has achieved an unprecedented computational speed. In benchmark tests, Willow tackled mathematical problems so complex that a classical supercomputer would require 10 septillion years, that's a 10 followed by 24 zeros, to find a solution. Willow did it in under 5 minutes. This isn't just faster, it's an entirely different category of problem-solving power. Second, and perhaps more importantly, Willow has made significant strides in quantum error correction. Qubits are notoriously fragile. Tiny environmental disturbances, like heat or electromagnetic noise, can disrupt their delicate quantum states, causing errors in calculations. Previous quantum processors struggled with scaling because adding more qubits often amplified these errors, but Willow breaks through this limitation. With advanced error correction algorithms, the system becomes more stable and reliable as qubits are added, bringing scalable quantum computing from theory to reality. The implications of this breakthrough are staggering. In drug discovery, Willow can simulate molecular interactions with unmatched precision, accelerating the creation of new pharmaceuticals that could cure diseases currently deemed untreatable. In material science, it can model atomic structures to design materials with properties we've never seen before, stronger, lighter, or more conductive than anything currently available. In cryptography, the power of Willow represents both a threat and an opportunity. Quantum computers have the potential to break today's most advanced encryption algorithms, posing a risk to global cybersecurity, but at the same time, they offer the tools to develop quantum encryption, creating theoretically unbreakable security systems. And then there are optimization problems, challenges faced by industries like logistics, finance, and supply chain management. Tasks that involve analyzing millions of variables to find the most efficient outcome are tailor-made for quantum algorithms. With Willow, these industries could optimize complex systems in ways that were previously impossible. But as with all monumental leaps, Willow introduces a paradox. The same technology that unlocks unimaginable computational power also brings new challenges, ethical concerns, security risks, and the potential for misuse. Quantum computers could be used for both groundbreaking discoveries and devastating disruptions. This paradox underscores the need for a global framework, one that ensures these powerful tools are used responsibly, transparently, and ethically. Yet despite the challenges, one thing is clear: Willow is not just a processor, it's a signal that we are entering an era where the limitations of classical computing no longer define what is possible. The questions we can ask, the problems we can solve, and the innovations we can unlock are about to expand in ways we can scarcely predict. This chip represents more than just an engineering achievement. It's a milestone in human ingenuity. Quantum computing isn't the future anymore. It's here. And as we stand at the precipice of this new frontier, one truth emerges. The discoveries made with Willow today will shape the world of tomorrow. The age of quantum supremacy has begun, and Willow is leading the way. Great advancement in AI contextual understanding. What if artificial intelligence didn't just process information, but actually understood it, grasping the subtleties of human conversation, detecting hidden meanings, and interpreting emotions with precision? This isn't a distant dream. It's the rapidly unfolding reality of today's AI advancements. We are standing on the edge of a transformative moment where machines aren't just tools, but conversational partners, problem solvers, and decision makers with an almost human-like grasp of context. For years, AI has excelled at following instructions and analyzing data within rigid, well-defined parameters. Ask it to solve a math problem, and it'll give you an answer instantly. Feed it thousands of documents, and it'll summarize them effortlessly. But when the task shifts into the ambiguous, nuanced realm of human communication, where meaning depends on tone, emotion, or context, AI often stumbles. That's what's changing right now. In 2024, researchers have made groundbreaking strides in contextual understanding, enabling AI systems to process not just data, but the meaning behind it. This shift is powered by three key innovations that are fundamentally changing how AI understands and interacts with us. First, contrastive decoding has emerged as a powerful tool in improving AI's ability to filter relevant from irrelevant information. In simple terms, it's like teaching an AI to focus, to understand not just what words mean individually, but how they form meaning in relation to one another. It reduces hallucinations, sharpens clarity, and makes the AI's responses feel more coherent and grounded in the intended context. Second, multimodal integration has unlocked AI's ability to process information from text, images, and even audio simultaneously. Imagine an AI analyzing a news article while cross-referencing data from a graph and identifying emotions in an accompanying video, all at once. This multimodal capability allows AI to perceive the world more holistically, drawing insights from diverse sources to paint a complete picture of a scenario. And third, extended context windows have solved one of AI's longest-standing limitations: memory. Previously, AI models could only retain and reference a limited amount of information within a single interaction. But now, advanced models can maintain coherence over up to 1 million tokens, equivalent to reading and remembering entire novels. This means AI can hold longer, more meaningful conversations, keep track of details over extended exchanges, and respond with consistency. So what does all of this mean for the real world? In natural language processing, NLP, AI-powered tools are becoming fluent, not just in words, but in intent. Translation tools are handling regional idioms and cultural nuances better than ever. Chatbots are engaging in conversations that feel less robotic and more personal. In personalized user experiences, AI systems are moving past generic recommendations. Instead of just suggesting a product based on your search history, AI can now predict why you might need it, when you'll need it most, and how you prefer to use it. From smart home systems to virtual assistants, the integration of advanced contextual understanding is creating smoother, more intuitive interactions. And in fields like healthcare and finance, AI is moving beyond surface-level analysis. Imagine a medical AI capable of cross-referencing years of a patient's health records, recent lab results, and even subtle changes in speech patterns during consultations. Or a financial AI that doesn't just analyze market data, but understands economic trends in the context of geopolitical events and consumer sentiment. The potential applications are vast and they're unfolding right now. But as with every powerful technology, there's a deeper layer of reflection required, a paradox of progress. The better AI becomes at understanding us, the more blurred the line between machine comprehension and genuine human insight becomes. Are these systems truly understanding context, or are they just exceptionally good at mimicking it? And what happens when machines become indistinguishable from human communicators? Ethical questions around privacy, manipulation, and dependency on AI grow sharper with every step forward. Yet one thing is clear. The advancement of AI's contextual understanding isn't just a technical upgrade, it's a fundamental shift in how humans and machines interact. We're moving beyond rigid, pre-scripted exchanges into a space where conversations with AI feel fluid, natural, and deeply integrated into our daily lives. The future isn't about machines taking over, it's about machines becoming more aligned with us, understanding our words, our emotions, and our intentions. The systems being built today aren't just smarter, they're more human-like. And as this frontier continues to expand, it's not just the technology that will evolve, but our relationship with it. In the end, this breakthrough represents more than just progress in AI. It's a redefinition of what intelligence means in a digital world. The question isn't whether AI will understand us, it's how we'll adapt to being truly understood by our machines. AI integration in drug discovery and battery design. What if life-saving drugs could be developed in just a few years instead of decades? What if the batteries in our smartphones and electric cars lasted twice as long and charged in minutes? These aren't far-fetched dreams. They're becoming reality, thanks to the transformative power of artificial intelligence. AI isn't just enhancing these fields, it's completely reshaping them, breaking through barriers that once seemed insurmountable. For decades, two industries, pharmaceuticals and battery design, have been plagued by a common problem: time. Developing a new drug takes over a decade and billions of dollars, with a staggering 90% failure rate in clinical trials. Meanwhile, creating better batteries involves endless cycles of trial and error, requiring extensive lab work, material testing, and years of experimentation. These processes have been bottlenecks for innovation until AI stepped in. Let's start with AI in drug discovery. Traditional drug development is like searching for a needle in a haystack, with scientists testing thousands of compounds to find one effective treatment. AI, however, flips the process entirely. Machine learning algorithms analyze enormous data sets of biological and chemical information, identifying patterns and connections that humans might miss. Take In Vitro, for example, an AI-driven biotech company. Their platform processes millions of data points from chemical and biological markers, predicting which compounds are most likely to succeed as drugs. What would have taken years of laboratory testing can now be done in weeks. The result? Accelerated development, enhanced precision, and significant cost savings. But AI doesn't stop at finding potential drug candidates. It can simulate how a drug interacts with the human body, predict potential side effects, and even suggest chemical modifications to make the drug more effective. This means fewer failed trials, fewer wasted resources, and ultimately, treatments that are safer and more accessible to patients. Now, let's shift gears to AI in battery design, a field equally critical in shaping our future. Batteries are the cornerstone of modern technology, powering everything from electric vehicles to renewable energy grids. But improving them has been painfully slow. Traditional methods rely on laborious physical testing and incremental progress. AI has revolutionized this process by simulating battery behavior in virtual environments. Models powered by AI can screen millions of potential materials in a fraction of the time it would take in a lab, predicting their properties, stability, and efficiency with remarkable accuracy. For instance, Microsoft's Azure Quantum Elements platform combines AI with high-performance computing to analyze complex datasets and accelerate the discovery of efficient rechargeable battery materials. Meanwhile, startups like Chemix are using AI to design batteries optimized for performance, cost, and sustainability. These advancements could result in faster charging times, longer battery lifespans, and reduced environmental impact. But the story doesn't end there. AI is also helping address one of the most pressing challenges in battery production: sustainability. Traditional batteries often rely on scarce and environmentally harmful materials. AI can identify greener alternatives, reducing dependence on cobalt and other limited resources, and optimizing the recycling of old batteries to extract valuable materials efficiently. However, with these advancements comes a paradox of progress. AI itself isn't without challenges. It requires vast amounts of data and significant computational resources, raising questions about energy consumption and environmental impacts. Furthermore, AI operates in what's often called a black box. It can produce results without always providing clear explanations of how it reached them. This lack of transparency can create trust issues, especially in critical fields like medicine and energy. Yet, the real-world impacts of AI in both drug discovery and battery design are already undeniable. In healthcare, AI-powered systems are identifying treatments for complex diseases like Alzheimer's and ALS, providing hope where traditional methods have failed. In energy storage, AI-driven materials are pushing us closer to the holy grail of affordable, long-lasting, and efficient batteries. But here's the bigger picture. These advancements aren't just incremental improvements. They represent a fundamental shift in how we approach science and innovation. AI isn't just a tool, it's becoming a collaborative partner, amplifying human intelligence and accelerating discoveries that could change the course of humanity. As we stand on the edge of this transformative era, one thing is clear. AI isn't just solving old problems. It's opening doors to possibilities we've never considered before. But with great power comes great responsibility. Ensuring that these technologies are developed ethically, transparently, and sustainably is just as important as the breakthroughs themselves. In the coming years, AI-driven drug discovery could save millions of lives, and AI-powered batteries could drive the world towards a sustainable, carbon-free future. But the question we must ask ourselves is this: are we ready to harness this power responsibly? Because the future isn't waiting. It's being built right now, one algorithm at a time. Progress in AI-driven climate modeling. In the face of rising temperatures, unpredictable storms, and intensifying wildfires, one question looms large. Can we predict the future of our planet with absolute precision? Today, artificial intelligence is bringing us closer to that answer than ever before. We're not just talking about weather forecasts for next week. We're talking about predicting extreme climate events decades in advance with unparalleled accuracy. And this isn't just a technological milestone. It's a turning point for humanity's ability to prepare, adapt, and perhaps even prevent the most catastrophic consequences of climate change. For decades, scientists have relied on traditional climate models, massive simulations, powered by physics equations that map out interactions between the atmosphere, oceans, and land. These models have been groundbreaking, helping us understand global warming, rising sea levels, and shifting weather patterns. But they also come with limitations. They're computationally demanding, often requiring supercomputers running for weeks to simulate a single scenario. And while they excel at predicting long-term trends, they often struggle with capturing localized phenomena, like predicting the precise path of a hurricane or the likelihood of a heat wave in a specific city. This is where artificial intelligence steps in, and it's rewriting the rules of climate science. Instead of relying solely on physical equations, AI models are trained on vast datasets, from historical weather records to satellite imagery, to recognize patterns and predict outcomes with astonishing speed and accuracy. They can process immense amounts of data in ways traditional models simply cannot, unlocking insights that were previously hidden in the noise. One of the most remarkable advancements has been in accelerated predictions. AI-powered climate models can now simulate scenarios spanning 100 years in a fraction of the time it would take traditional models. Researchers have reported speeds up to 25 times faster, without compromising accuracy. This means scientists can run more simulations, explore more scenarios, and refine predictions more quickly. Critical advantages in a world where every passing year counts. But speed isn't the only breakthrough. AI is also delivering unprecedented accuracy. By analyzing decades of climate data, machine learning algorithms are becoming exceptionally good at predicting extreme weather events, whether it's the trajectory of hurricanes, the intensity of heat waves, or the likelihood of prolonged droughts. These advancements are already being integrated into early warning systems, helping communities prepare and respond more effectively to disasters. Then there's the incredible potential of high-resolution modeling. Traditional models often simplify local details due to computational limits, but AI can zoom in, capturing fine-scale phenomena like how a storm might interact with a city's infrastructure, or how ocean currents affect regional temperatures. This level of detail isn't just fascinating, it's essential for decision-making. Governments, farmers, and urban planners can now use these precise insights to plan more resilient cities, optimize water usage, and protect vulnerable ecosystems. A standout innovation in 2024 was the development of hybrid AI physics models. These systems blend the raw computational power of AI with the accuracy of traditional physics-based models. Instead of replacing established methods, AI enhances them, filling in gaps and refining predictions where traditional simulations fall short. For example, AI2 Climate Emulator, AC, can emulate global atmospheric models with far less computational energy, making these advanced predictions more accessible and sustainable. However, the integration of AI into climate science isn't without its challenges. Here lies a paradox of progress. While AI helps us tackle climate change, it also demands vast computational resources, contributing to energy consumption and carbon emissions. The very tool we're using to save the planet carries its own environmental cost. This paradox highlights the need for smarter, more energy-efficient AI systems and transparent sustainability practices within tech companies. But despite these challenges, the benefits far outweigh the hurdles. With AI-powered climate models, governments can craft informed policies based on reliable, forward-looking data. Cities can optimize resources, ensuring water supplies remain stable, and energy grids are resilient against unpredictable weather. And perhaps most importantly, communities can be better prepared for extreme weather events, reducing loss of life and economic devastation. The role of AI in climate modeling goes beyond just prediction. It's about prevention and preparation. By understanding what the future holds, we gain the power to change it. And in a world where every fraction of a degree of warming matters, every moment we save counts. In the end, the integration of AI into climate science isn't just a technological achievement, it's a moral imperative. The tools we're developing today have the potential to protect ecosystems, preserve livelihoods, and secure a future for generations to come. But as we stand at this crossroads, the responsibility falls on all of us to wield these tools wisely, to prioritize sustainability, and to ensure that our pursuit of innovation aligns with our duty to safeguard our planet. The future isn't just something we observe anymore. With AI, it's something we can predict, prepare for, and perhaps even rewrite. And that might just be the most important breakthrough of our time. Advancements in AI-driven autonomous systems. What happens when machines don't just follow instructions but make decisions? When vehicles drive themselves through chaotic city streets, drones deliver critical supplies to remote areas, and factories hum with robotic precision, all without human intervention? This isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening now, and it's powered by AI-driven autonomous systems. We're standing at the edge of a revolution, one where machines don't just assist us, but actively collaborate, predict, and adapt in real time. Autonomous systems are no longer confined to research labs or tech demonstrations. They're being deployed in our cities, industries, and even our homes. But this transformation isn't just about convenience. It's about redefining how we interact with the world around us. Autonomous systems have come a long way from basic automation. In the past, machines could only follow pre-programmed instructions, performing repetitive tasks with little flexibility. But today's autonomous systems, powered by advanced artificial intelligence algorithms, can make split-second decisions, learn from experience, and operate in highly unpredictable environments. This evolution is largely thanks to machine learning and real-time data processing, which allow these systems to adapt to new challenges almost instantly. Whether it's a self-driving car, anticipating the sudden appearance of a pedestrian, or a drone navigating complex weather conditions, the level of decision-making autonomy we're witnessing today is unparalleled. In 2024, we've seen breakthroughs that are pushing these systems closer to mainstream adoption. First, enhanced decision-making capabilities. AI algorithms have reached levels of precision that were unimaginable just a few years ago. Self-driving vehicles can now handle chaotic urban intersections, interpret subtle human gestures, and respond to ambiguous scenarios, things traditional automation struggled with. Second, integration with large language models, LLMs. By incorporating AI models capable of processing natural language, autonomous systems can now interact with humans more effectively. Imagine drones that can understand verbal instructions, or factory robots that can respond to spoken commands in real time. This development isn't just a technical improvement, it's a usability revolution. And finally, advancements in autonomous vehicles. Companies like Tesla and Waymo are refining systems that make fully self-driving cars safer, more reliable, and closer to becoming a common sight on public roads. With these advancements, the promise of reduced accidents, more efficient logistics, and sustainable urban mobility feels within reach. But here's where things get complex. As these systems become more intelligent and capable, our reliance on them grows, and with it, the stakes. Who's accountable when an autonomous vehicle makes a life-altering decision? How do we ensure these systems are free from biases, errors, or manipulation? This paradox isn't just theoretical, it's practical. We're building systems we must deeply trust, but that we often can't fully understand. Explainable AI, systems that can provide insights into why they made certain decisions, will play a critical role in addressing this trust gap. The effects of AI-driven autonomy are being felt across multiple sectors. In transportation, autonomous vehicles promise safer roads, reduced congestion, and more efficient delivery networks. But regulatory hurdles, public trust, and ethical decision-making, in edge cases, remain significant challenges. In manufacturing, factories are embracing autonomous robots capable of running 24/7 with minimal oversight. This boosts efficiency, but raises concerns about job displacement and the need for reskilling workers. In healthcare, autonomous systems assist in surgeries, monitor patients remotely, and deliver medications in emergencies. These applications could transform patient care, but also demand rigorous testing and fail-proof reliability. And in logistics, fleets of AI-managed drones and trucks are optimizing supply chains, reducing delivery times, and slashing operational costs. The ripple effects are reaching industries worldwide. With such immense power comes immense responsibility. Ethical dilemmas loom large. Transparency in decision-making. How do we ensure that AI systems make fair and unbiased choices, especially in life and death situations? Security vulnerabilities. As systems become more interconnected, they become more vulnerable to cyber attacks. A hacked autonomous network could have devastating consequences. Economic impact. While autonomy promises productivity, it also threatens to disrupt traditional job markets. Preparing society for this shift will require foresight and collaborative effort. Balancing these risks against the benefits is one of the most pressing challenges we face today. The future of AI-driven autonomous systems isn't just about building smarter machines. It's about building a smarter society, a society where technology isn't feared but trusted, where innovations are guided by thoughtful regulations, and where benefits are shared equitably across the globe. We're entering an era where machines will be more than tools. They'll be partners. Partners that drive our cars, monitor our health, manage our factories, and even assist in solving global challenges like climate change and resource distribution. But as we embrace this future, one thing is clear. Autonomy isn't the end goal. It's the beginning of a new relationship between humans and technology. A relationship built on trust, accountability, and a shared vision for a better world. This isn't just about smarter machines. It's about smarter decisions, smarter societies, and a smarter future. And that future isn't decades away. It's happening right now. Biggest breakthroughs in chemistry. Nobel Prize in Chemistry for protein structure, prediction, and design. For the first time in history, humanity has unlocked the ability to predict and design the molecular machinery of life with astonishing precision. This achievement isn't just a step forward in science. It's a leap into a future where diseases can be cured at their root, medicines can be tailored at the atomic level, and entirely new biological tools can be engineered to tackle some of our biggest global challenges. At the heart of this transformation lie the groundbreaking contributions of David Baker, Demis Hassabis, and John Jumper, whose revolutionary work in protein structure prediction earned them the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Proteins are the unsung heroes of biology. They are the engines driving every cellular process, from repairing DNA to fighting infections. But their function hinges on one crucial detail: their shape. Proteins are essentially chains of amino acids that fold into complex three-dimensional structures, and it's this folding process that determines what a protein can and cannot do. For decades, scientists struggled with a seemingly impossible challenge: predicting a protein's 3D structure just from its amino acid sequence. This puzzle known as the protein folding problem, was one of biology's greatest mysteries. David Baker, a pioneer in computational protein design at the University of Washington, tackled this challenge head-on. His team developed Rosetta, a software suite capable of predicting protein structures and even designing entirely new proteins with specific functions. Baker's work didn't just solve puzzles, it created possibilities. Designer proteins built using Rosetta are now being used in advanced vaccines, new cancer therapies, and even environmental solutions like breaking down plastic waste. On the other side of this scientific revolution is AlphaFold, an AI system created by Demis Hassabis and John Jumper at Google DeepMind. AlphaFold didn't just make progress, it cracked the code. Using advanced artificial intelligence, AlphaFold can predict protein structures with near-atomic accuracy in a matter of minutes. Previously, solving a single protein structure could take years of painstaking experiments. Today, scientists can access a growing database of millions of protein structures, fueling rapid advancements in drug discovery, synthetic biology, and genetic research. What makes this moment so transformative isn't just the accuracy or speed of these tools, it's the shift in how humanity interacts with biology. For centuries, scientists have observed and studied life's intricate designs. Now, we are building them. Proteins that don't exist in nature are being designed to fight diseases, clean our planet, and create sustainable biofuels. It's not just discovery, it's creation. Yet this power comes with responsibility. Designing proteins isn't just about solving problems, it's about asking the right questions. Should we enhance human capabilities with synthetic proteins? What happens if a designed protein behaves unpredictably in nature? These are questions that stretch beyond science and into the realm of ethics and governance. The Nobel Prize awarded to Baker, Hassabis, and Jumper isn't just a recognition of scientific brilliance. It's a marker of a turning point in human history. Their work is paving the way for an era where protein science isn't limited by trial and error, but driven by precision and intent. This isn't just a milestone in biology, it's a transformation in how we understand and shape life itself. With every protein structure we predict, and every new protein we design, we're not just solving scientific puzzles, we're crafting the blueprint of our future. And as we step into this new era, one thing is clear: the ability to predict and design proteins isn't just a tool, it's a superpower, one that could cure diseases, repair our planet, and redefine what it means to be alive. Advancements in solid-state battery technology. Energy storage is on the verge of a transformation, one that could redefine how we power our lives, from smartphones and laptops to electric vehicles and entire cities. At the center of this revolution lies a game-changing innovation: solid-state batteries. These aren't just incremental upgrades to our current lithium-ion technology. They represent a complete reimagining of how energy can be stored, managed, and delivered. For decades, traditional lithium-ion batteries have powered our world. They rely on liquid electrolytes to transport ions between electrodes, and while they've served us well, they come with significant limitations. Liquid electrolytes are flammable, prone to thermal runaway, and impose constraints on energy density and charging speed. Solid-state batteries, on the other hand, replace this liquid with a solid electrolyte. This one change opens the door to a cascade of benefits: enhanced safety, greater energy density, and dramatically faster charging times. In theory, an electric car powered by a solid-state battery could drive twice as far on a single charge, recharge in minutes, and be far less susceptible to catastrophic failures like battery fires. But theory and reality are often separated by a wide chasm, and for years, solid-state batteries have existed mostly in research labs. That is, until now. In 2024, we witnessed breakthroughs that suggest this technology is finally ready to take its first real steps into the mainstream. Hyundai, for instance, has announced plans to begin commercial production of all solid-state batteries. Their prototypes promise longer driving ranges, faster charging, and higher energy densities, qualities that could make electric vehicles not just competitive with traditional cars, but superior in every measurable way. At the same time, QuantumScape, one of the most prominent players in the solid-state race, introduced its QSE-5 prototype cell. This battery isn't just an improvement, it's a redefinition of what's possible. With exceptional energy densities and reduced degradation over repeated charge cycles, it represents a critical step toward making solid-state batteries viable for mass production and real-world use. Meanwhile, researchers in advanced materials science have achieved breakthroughs in inorganic solid electrolytes, addressing long-standing challenges like interfacial compatibility, the delicate relationship between the solid electrolyte and the electrodes. However, like every groundbreaking technology, solid-state batteries come with their own set of challenges. Manufacturing at scale remains one of the most formidable obstacles. It's one thing to produce a few high-performance cells in a lab, but scaling up to millions of reliable units requires precision, consistency, and cost efficiency on an industrial scale. Material stability is another concern. Solid electrolytes must maintain their structural and chemical integrity through thousands of charge and discharge cycles, and even minor instabilities can lead to rapid performance degradation. Yet despite these challenges, the potential applications of solid-state batteries are too significant to ignore. In the automotive world, they could make electric vehicles lighter, more efficient, and faster to charge, eliminating some of the biggest barriers to widespread adoption. In consumer electronics, they promise smartphones that last for days, laptops that stay powered for hours on end, and wearables that are safer and more reliable. Beyond that, solid-state batteries could become integral to large-scale energy storage solutions, revolutionizing power grids and enabling a more seamless integration of renewable energy sources like wind and solar. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of this technology isn't just its potential applications, it's the ripple effects it could have across society. Safer, denser, and more efficient energy storage doesn't just mean better devices or cars. It means a cleaner planet, reduced reliance on fossil fuels, and a more resilient energy infrastructure capable of withstanding the demands of a rapidly growing global population. What we're witnessing isn't just the next step in battery evolution, it's the dawn of a new energy era. Solid-state batteries aren't a distant dream anymore. They're a rapidly approaching reality. And while the road ahead will be filled with challenges, from manufacturing bottlenecks to regulatory hurdles, the momentum is undeniable. As scientists and engineers continue to refine this technology, one thing becomes clear. The future of energy storage isn't just about storing power. It's about empowering change. And with solid-state batteries leading the charge, that future looks brighter, cleaner, and more efficient than ever before. Discovery of antibiotic. For years, the threat of antibiotic resistance has been growing in the shadows, a ticking time bomb in global healthcare. Every year, millions of lives are put at risk as bacteria evolve to outsmart our most powerful medicines. But in 2024, scientists made a discovery that could change everything. A completely new class of antibiotics capable of defeating some of the deadliest drug-resistant bacterial strains. This breakthrough isn't just another step forward in medicine. It's a lifeline in a crisis that's been decades in the making. Antibiotics are the foundation of modern healthcare. They've transformed once deadly infections into treatable conditions and made complex surgeries and cancer therapies possible. But over time, bacteria have adapted. Through overuse, misuse, and a global lack of new antibiotic development, we've allowed these microscopic adversaries to build resistance, turning common infections into life-threatening conditions. Today, antimicrobial resistance is one of the greatest threats to global health, claiming over 1 million lives annually. In early 2024, researchers at Uppsala University announced something extraordinary: the discovery of a new class of antibiotics that targets a previously unexplored bacterial protein called LPXH. This protein plays a crucial role in building the bacterial outer membrane, a shield that protects bacteria from external threats, including many antibiotics. By disrupting LPXH, these new antibiotics weaken the bacterial defenses, causing the cells to collapse and die. This approach is groundbreaking because it attacks a vulnerability that bacteria have had little time to evolve defenses against. For decades, scientists have been recycling the same basic antibiotic strategies, targeting proteins and pathways that bacteria have learned to evade. But LPXH is different. It's a weak spot that no existing drugs exploit. The discovery of this target represents not only a scientific achievement, but also a strategic advantage in the ongoing arms race between humans and bacteria. In preclinical studies, these new antibiotics have already shown exceptional promise. Tests on mouse models with severe bloodstream infections demonstrated not only effective bacterial clearance, but also high safety profiles. Infections caused by gram-negative bacteria, known for their impenetrable outer membranes and resistance to most treatments, responded particularly well to this new class. If these results hold true in human trials, we could be looking at one of the most significant medical advancements of our time. But this discovery didn't happen in isolation. It was made possible by large-scale collaborative initiatives like Enable and Enable2, publicly funded platforms designed to accelerate antibiotic research. These programs provided critical resources, infrastructure, and expertise, demonstrating the importance of global cooperation in tackling complex health crises. In a world where antibiotic research has often been sidelined by lack of funding and commercial incentives, Enable serves as a model for what's possible when science is supported at scale. Despite the excitement, challenges remain. The journey from laboratory discovery to clinical application is long and uncertain. Human trials will need to confirm the safety and efficacy of these antibiotics under real-world conditions. Manufacturing these drugs at scale must be cost-effective to ensure they are accessible, not just in wealthy nations, but worldwide. And perhaps most critically, we must learn from past mistakes. If these new antibiotics are overused or mismanaged, resistance could develop again, pushing us back to square one. Strong antimicrobial stewardship programs will be essential to ensure these drugs remain effective for as long as possible. What makes this breakthrough truly remarkable isn't just the science behind it. It's the hope it represents. The discovery of a new antibiotic class targeting LPXH isn't just about treating infections. It's about buying humanity more time in our fight against an invisible enemy. It's about giving doctors and patients a fighting chance when every other treatment has failed. But this moment also carries a deeper lesson. Innovation in healthcare isn't optional, it's essential. The crisis of antibiotic resistance didn't emerge overnight, and it won't be solved by a single breakthrough. It will require continued investment, global collaboration, and a collective commitment to protecting these new tools from misuse. As we stand on the edge of this scientific milestone, one thing is clear. This discovery isn't just a victory for medicine, it's a victory for humanity. And in a world where antibiotic resistance threatens to unravel decades of medical progress, every breakthrough matters. Direct conversion of methane to methanol. Methane is one of the most paradoxical molecules on our planet, an abundant energy source, and at the same time, a potent greenhouse gas responsible for accelerating climate change. For decades, scientists have wrestled with a transformative question. Can we efficiently convert methane into methanol, a cleaner burning fuel and versatile industrial chemical, without the costly and energy-intensive processes we rely on today? In 2024, the scientific community came remarkably close to answering that question with a breakthrough that could change how we produce fuel, manage emissions, and tackle the climate crisis. Methane, the primary component of natural gas, is over 25 times more effective at trapping heat in our atmosphere than carbon dioxide. While it's a crucial energy resource, its environmental impact is undeniable. Currently, converting methane into methanol, a liquid fuel used in everything from transportation to manufacturing, requires complex industrial methods involving extreme temperatures and pressures. These processes are expensive, energy-intensive, and ironically, produce significant carbon emissions. This is where the recent breakthrough steps in. Scientists have developed a highly selective catalyst capable of converting methane into methanol directly, in a single step, and under far milder conditions. At the heart of this innovation lies a finely engineered catalyst, a material designed to facilitate and control the chemical transformation of methane. Catalysts are like molecular gatekeepers. They guide chemical reactions with precision without being consumed in the process. But methane is notoriously stubborn. Its carbon-hydrogen bonds are among the strongest in nature, making them incredibly difficult to break selectively without over-oxidizing the molecule into carbon dioxide. The new catalyst solves this problem. It enables the partial oxidation of methane, adding a single oxygen atom to produce methanol without proceeding further to unwanted byproducts. This might sound like fine-tuning on a molecular scale, but the implications are massive. Methanol is a valuable chemical feedstock and a promising alternative fuel. It's easier to store and transport than natural gas and burns cleaner than traditional fossil fuels. Directly converting methane into methanol eliminates the need for multiple energy-intensive processing steps, reducing costs and carbon emissions. In essence, we're turning an environmental liability into an economic asset. But the significance of this breakthrough goes beyond industry efficiency. Atmospheric methane levels have been rising steadily, largely due to emissions from agriculture, landfills, and fossil fuel extraction. If we can harness methane directly from these sources and convert it into methanol, we not only prevent it from entering the atmosphere, but also create a renewable energy cycle that benefits both the environment and the economy. However, scaling this process to industrial levels remains a significant hurdle. Laboratory conditions are tightly controlled, and ensuring that these catalysts perform consistently in large-scale reactors over extended periods is a formidable challenge. Maintaining high selectivity, ensuring that methane reliably converts to methanol without side reactions, will also require continued refinement. And then there's infrastructure. Transitioning existing methane processing facilities to adopt this new method will demand substantial investment and innovation. Yet, these challenges shouldn't overshadow the promise of this technology. The direct conversion of methane to methanol represents more than just an advancement in chemistry. It's a strategic tool in our fight against climate change. It offers industries a cleaner alternative for energy production, reduces methane emissions, and creates opportunities for sustainable fuel markets. What's particularly exciting is that this breakthrough bridges two critical global goals: reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to cleaner fuels. It's not merely a scientific achievement, it's an opportunity to redefine our relationship with one of the planet's most abundant yet problematic resources. Looking ahead, this discovery is likely to spark a wave of investment, research, and experimentation. Scientists will continue refining the catalyst, optimizing its efficiency, and finding creative ways to integrate it into existing infrastructure. And while it might still take years before we see widespread commercial adoption, one thing is clear: the path to a cleaner, more sustainable future has become significantly clearer. The direct conversion of methane to methanol isn't just a technical innovation. It's a glimpse into a world where our biggest environmental challenges can become opportunities. It's a powerful reminder of how human ingenuity can transform even the most stubborn molecules into solutions that benefit us all. Advancements in inorganic solid electrolytes. Our world is on the brink of an energy revolution, one where electric vehicles can drive farther than ever. Smartphones last days on a single charge, and the risk of battery fires becomes a thing of the past. At the core of this transformation lies an unassuming but extraordinary material: inorganic solid electrolytes. This isn't just an incremental improvement to existing batteries. It's a complete rethinking of how we store and deliver energy. For decades, lithium-ion batteries have been the backbone of modern technology. They power everything from our smartphones to electric cars and renewable energy grids. But these batteries have a fundamental flaw: the liquid electrolytes they rely on. While liquid electrolytes efficiently transport lithium ions between the battery's anode and cathode, they also come with risks: flammability, leakage, and limited energy density. In short, the very thing that makes lithium-ion batteries work also holds them back. Enter inorganic solid electrolytes. These materials replace the liquid electrolyte with a solid substance, unlocking a suite of advantages that could change everything. Solid electrolytes are non-flammable. They can withstand higher voltages, and they enable the use of lithium metal anodes, which could dramatically increase energy density. In theory, a solid-state battery could deliver twice the energy of a traditional lithium-ion cell in the same amount of space, all while being significantly safer. But turning this potential into reality has been a monumental scientific challenge. Developing solid electrolytes with both high ionic conductivity and mechanical stability has proven to be a delicate balancing act. Yet, in 2024, researchers made critical breakthroughs. Scientists at Doshisha University in Japan successfully engineered new inorganic solid electrolytes with enhanced ionic conductivity and long-term stability. Meanwhile, at Tohoku University's Advanced Institute for Materials Research, teams made significant progress in overcoming one of the biggest obstacles: interfacial compatibility. This issue arises where the solid electrolyte meets the battery's anode and cathode, often causing inefficiencies or performance degradation. Innovative engineering techniques are now bridging this gap, making these materials more commercially viable. To understand why these developments matter, we need to look at how solid electrolytes function. Inorganic solid electrolytes are crystalline or glassy materials that allow lithium ions to move freely through their structure at room temperature. Unlike liquid electrolytes, they don't leak, they don't catch fire, and they're remarkably stable under extreme conditions. This makes them ideal for applications requiring long-lasting, reliable energy storage, like electric vehicles, aerospace technologies, and renewable energy grids. But even with these advantages, significant challenges remain. First, there's the issue of manufacturing at scale. Producing solid-state batteries in large quantities while maintaining performance and consistency is an engineering challenge that hasn't been fully solved. Then there's ionic conductivity, ensuring that solid electrolytes allow ions to move as freely as they do in liquid counterparts. And of course, there's the question of cost. Solid-state batteries are still significantly more expensive to produce than conventional lithium-ion batteries. Yet, despite these hurdles, the momentum is undeniable. Companies like Hyundai are already preparing to launch commercial solid-state battery production, promising electric vehicles with longer ranges and faster charging times. QuantumScape, a key player in the solid-state arena, has introduced prototypes with energy densities that could reshape the automotive industry. Meanwhile, advancements in inorganic electrolyte materials are laying the groundwork for batteries that could power our devices and homes more efficiently than ever before. The implications go far beyond convenience. Solid-state batteries could become the key to unlocking a sustainable energy future. They could make renewable energy grids more reliable by storing excess solar and wind power efficiently. They could eliminate the safety risks currently associated with large-scale energy storage systems. And they could drive innovation in everything from portable electronics to electric aviation. But with great power comes great complexity. As we refine these technologies, we also face a paradox. Every improvement brings new challenges. The more advanced our solid-state batteries become, the more intricate their design and manufacturing processes must be. Solving these technical puzzles will require global collaboration, continued investment, and bold scientific innovation. In the end, solid-state batteries aren't just about better energy storage. They're about reimagining what's possible. They represent a future where technology is safer, cleaner, and more reliable, where our devices, vehicles, and power grids are no longer constrained by the limitations of traditional batteries. And while there's still work to be done, one thing is certain: the era of inorganic solid electrolytes is no longer a distant dream. It's becoming our reality.